Let's get nuclear. And George W. Bush, that is how you say that. Nuclear. Welcome to episode 2 of Left Wing Rising with Dr. Leonard Tomenti. That is me, your host, Dr. Leonard Tomenti. Socialist, atheist, eccentric geneticist extraordinaire. Now, this is our second episode, item number 1. North Korea. You guys know about the summit that happened last week with the president and Kim Jong-un. Those two who... This President Poopyhead who seems to think that he alone can get North Korea to stop doing what they're doing. And I mean, the two are very similar people. However, if you saw the footage... Look at Kim Jong-un's face. Kim Jong-un is looking in the... Kim Jong-un looks in that shot. There's a shot of Kim Jong-un where he makes this face where he just looks as if he can't believe that he's sitting here. Like, Kim Jong-un is thinking, what the hell have I gotten myself into? Why am I here? Why are we here? Why are we here? Is this real? This is fake, right? This is my news. This is my news. That's what Kim Jong-un was thinking. But, anyway. So, the president seems to think that he alone can get Kim Jong-un to completely eliminate the nuclear weapons, or, as this president says, de-nuke. That's a new one. I mean, that's just clearly not happening. I mean, there's... with photographic evidence this week of North Korea actually rebuilding one of their nuclear facilities and sort of revamping one of the nuclear facilities so that they're doing the exact opposite of what President Poopyhead is saying. It's a failure, and I don't think anyone thought that it wasn't going to be a failure. So, why are we talking about this still? Let's move on to item number 2. This whole weird situation with R. Kelly. So, R. Kelly, you guys know what's happening with him. You guys know about all the accusations and allegations against him. Probably true, but who knows. He's being tried in Chicago for having sex with an underage girl. I truly don't listen to his... Like, I don't listen to his music. His music specifically I don't listen to. From the start, I never liked him from the start, I should say. First of all, it's like, why R. Kelly is like, come out with your first name, be accepting of who you are, love yourself, come out with the whole first name, don't just go by a first initial. Come on, be like Jo Ann Rowling. Give your full name. Now, back to R. Kelly. R. Kelly gave an interview with CBS where he just more than flatly denied the allegations. He flamboyantly denied all of the allegations against him, where he didn't imply it. I was about to say he implied, but he flat out stated that you would have to be an idiot and you would have to be stupid to believe the allegations, where it's like, you're denying this thing so vehemently that you're pretty much proving the prosecution's point. You're demonstrating the fact that you're getting so heated about this, that they're going so defensive and so heated about the fact about claiming that you didn't do it, to me suggests that you did it. That's what that says to me. Period. End of sentence. Item number 3. I just learned today, I just saw an article today, that today, Wednesday, by which we're recording this, that this plan to put Hariet Tubman on the $20 bill by 2020 is stalling. So, I mean, if you've been living under a rock, President Obama put. Well, he didn't put. His administration and his Secretary of the Treasury, Jack Lew, decided that they would switch out Andrew Jackson for Hariet Tubman on the $20 bill, the slave-owning twat and the Trail of Tears twat that was President Jackson, for the courageous and Underground Railroad slave-freeing former slave herself, Hariet Tubman. And our Treasury has recently come out and said that, they're delaying that. They're claiming that it's for security concerns, for, like, we don't want people to be able to counterfeit it, which, yes, you don't want people to be able to counterfeit money, but also, this president is racist as flippity-gibbet. And it just, they don't like black people. This administration just doesn't like black people, so they don't want to put black people on the money. Like, this president joked that, or with this president, it might not have been a joke that this president suggested that they put Hariet Tubman on the $2 bill to keep Andrew Jackson, a man who owned slaves and had the Trail of Tears and who was a jackass and is the reason why the Democratic Party's symbol is a donkey. That was become because of Andrew Jackson. Google it. This racist administration is delaying that. It's just another Obama-era policy. That's the whole point here, is that it's just another Obama-era policy which is being rescinded by this current administration. Thank you. Now, item number 4, really quick. I feel like I should comment on Ilhan Omar and her comments. I just want to say, can we stop? Let's just stop and move on. I implore the House of Representatives to take back the resolution, take it back. Don't take it off the floor. Take the resolution off the floor, because you're only extending this. Keeping this distraction in people's minds when there are far more important things. For example, this year is when we are ending our Tel Aviv embassy. So now there is only one embassy in Israel, and the only one is in Jerusalem, which completely goes against and shows that our country, the United States, does not support the Palestinians, which is the story. Should be the main story in that. And that should be the main story. The moving the embassy and the huge kerfuffle that came from moving the embassy and showing Israel that we think that you're more important. We think that you're human, and that the Palestinians, obviously, they don't deserve a home. Now, I believe... You know what we should do? We should have an embassy in both. We should have an embassy in both Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. That way, we don't have to pick sides. Ooh, so then we should have 2 ambassadors as well. Oh, I like this thought. Let's have 2 ambassadors. We'll have 2 embassies, one in Tel Aviv, one in Jerusalem. 2 ambassadors One ambassador to the Israelis, one ambassador to the Palestinians. Oh, and then what about a super ambassador who is in charge of both of them? Oh, I like this. Someone get the Secretary of State on the phone. I have an idea. I would like to send it to him. But that's all for today. That's all for this week. Thank you. Coming up next up now, as I said up at the top, my assistant, Jordan, has their inaugural segment of the segment in the lab. So let's cut now to Jordan. Hey, Jordan, how are you?
Thanks, Dr. Tomenti. I'm really good. Thanks for asking.
Yes. What have you got in store for us on our on your inaugural segment?
Oh yes, I have a really good rant for us today. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but I'll just say now that it's about pretty shitty things. It's gonna get shitty.
Oh, that sounds very interesting. That sounds very interesting indeed. Well, good luck on that. Good luck on your inaugural good luck on your inaugural segment, and I'll talk to the rest of you on the internet after the segment.
Oh, and good job. Oh, and good job on that last segment. This week, in our very first installment, I'm going to be ranting about the bus system in the metro area. I'm in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. I'm going to be ranting about the bus system in the suburbs of Minneapolis, which is shitty. That's point number one. Point number one is that it's shitty because it's very limited. The bus system here is very limited. It's only like once every hour, and it takes like 2 hours to get from the suburbs into downtown Minneapolis. That is too long. And here's the thing. Lots of people ride the buses up here. Like in the suburbs, there's lots of people that ride the buses already. The buses that like the place where I go all the time is Northtown Mall, which is in Blaine and Fridley, that sort of area. And there's lots of people that come to that hub. It's a hub. There's lots of people that come to that hub to get to downtown, and they're on a bus, which really, like, it's half hour to 45-minute trip to that, because of how infrequent those buses are to get to this hub, and then it's about 45 minutes to an hour to downtown. So all in all, it's like an hour and a half, 2-hour trip just to get to downtown Minneapolis. For a lot of people, getting to work, it takes them 2 hours to get to work every day. They're doing this every day. And there's also a lot of people who would take the bus if there were more buses available. Lots of people who, it's hard to afford a car payment right now. So there's buses available. I'm gonna take the bus instead of driving. Or gas prices are really high, so I'm gonna take the bus more. Or just, I want to lower my carbon footprint, so I'm going to take more public transportation. And, like, so there's a ton of more people who would take the bus system if there were more buses available. There's already a lot of people taking the bus system, and it's like Metro Transit, that's the company. Metro Transit isn't, like, it's almost like they're not considering how many people live in the suburbs and how many people transit from the suburbs to the downtown Minneapolis-St. Paul area, and how many people would rather take a bus, take some form of public transportation, rather than drive their car. And that also brings me to the point that there needs to be a train, whether it's, more. We obviously need, like, all of it. Like, we need more trains that are coming from downtown. Like, we need more, like, North Star trains. That's, like, the regional rail trains coming from downtown Minneapolis. Really, that North Star line needs to continue north up to St. Cloud, because there's a university up in St. Cloud. There's a couple of universities up in St. Cloud. I think there's an airport up there. There's a ton of traffic. There's a ton of people, just tourism-wise, who would transport on this train between St. Cloud and Minneapolis. And there also needs to be a light rail, probably going up University Avenue. That's the street that could most likely house a train, that could most likely have a train set right in the middle, with traffic and everything. So there needs to be that light rail train going right up University, connecting. Even you could have that connecting Target Field, so connecting the other two light rails to Blaine up here, Blaine and Coon Rapids area, as these areas are growing. And, just tourism-wise, it's a good idea. Cutting down your carbon footprint-wise, it's a good idea. Just having people be able to work downtown and live in the suburbs, have that more space. Or if they want, they can live downtown or somewhere in Minneapolis and work up in the suburbs, and do that, so do the commute that way. I'm just saying, to conclude this rant, it's just, we need more public transportation in the suburbs of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, because right now, frankly, it's shitty. Yeah. Sorry for the swearing, Dr. Tomenti. Back to you.
Thanks, Jordan. That was a really interesting rant. I wouldn't have thought about a lot of this, but, well, actually, I have thought about a lot of those points, because I think about that kind of thing, and I've been alive for 154 years. But I hope that something comes of that. So thanks, Jordan, and we'll look forward to your next segment. Thank you. That was really well done. We have reached the conclusion of the show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Come back next week. And remember, enjoy science and keep looking inward. So we've reached that point of the program. Subscribe, click the little thing, click the little bell, and, oh, yes, Twitter at Dr. Tomenti. Facebook, Leonard Tomenti. Email if you have a question or comment for the show, or a correction, or if you'd like to suggest a topic. Hey. Email dr.leonard.tomenti@gmail.com. So, Twitter at Dr. Tomenti, Facebook Leonard Tomenti, email dr.leonard.tomenti@gmail.com. Please like, subscribe, click the little bell notification, give me all the analytics to look at. I like seeing it. I like seeing the analytics. I like seeing the comments down below. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's fun. It's quite good. It's quite good. I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite parts. It's one of my favorite parts about this, about having a YouTube channel, is inspiring conversation. Oh, what? Oh, yes, you're saying I should go. Yeah, all right. Just a minute. One more thing. Please be kind.